The heartbreaking reality of war is laid bare as the Red Cross retrieves the body of a deceased hostage in Gaza, a grim reminder of the human cost of conflict. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Israel's military has confirmed that the coffin of a deceased hostage has been handed over to the Red Cross in southern Gaza and is now en route to the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, in the region. In a post on social media, the IDF appealed to the public for sensitivity, urging everyone to await official identification, which will first be shared with the grieving families. This development comes after Hamas pledged to return the body of an Israeli hostage on Friday, following the release of 9 out of 28 deceased hostages and all 20 living captives earlier this week. And this is the part most people miss. Despite Hamas's commitment to the ceasefire agreement, which includes the return of all deceased hostages, there's growing frustration in Israel over the delayed repatriation of the remaining bodies. While the U.S. has downplayed this as a breach, the situation remains tense. The IDF social media update on Friday provided no further details on the coffin's final destination after the Red Cross transfer. Meanwhile, the Times of Israel reported that a small ceremony led by a military rabbi would take place in Gaza, followed by the transfer of the remains to Tel Aviv for identification. Hamas has reiterated its dedication to the ceasefire, emphasizing its willingness to hand over all remaining bodies. However, the group accused Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of hindering recovery efforts by restricting heavy machinery access into Gaza. At a memorial for the victims of the October 7, 2023 Hamas-led attack, Netanyahu vowed to secure the return of all deceased hostages still in Gaza and reaffirmed Israel's unwavering fight against terrorism. As part of the U.S.-brokered ceasefire deal, Israel released 250 Palestinian prisoners and 1,718 detainees from Gaza. Despite Hamas's inability to retrieve all bodies immediately, senior Trump advisors confirmed that preparations for the next phase of the agreement are ongoing. They stated that the U.S. does not view Hamas's actions as a violation, citing the group's good faith efforts in sharing information. But here's the controversial part. While the full ceasefire agreement remains undisclosed, a leaked version suggests that immediate access to all bodies may not have been a strict requirement. This raises questions about accountability and expectations in such fragile agreements. The conflict began when Hamas-led gunmen launched an attack in southern Israel, killing approximately 1,200 people and taking 251 hostages. Since then, Israeli attacks in Gaza have resulted in the deaths of at least 67,967 people, according to the Hamas-run health ministry, whose figures are considered reliable by the UN. What do you think? Is Hamas fulfilling its obligations under the ceasefire? Or is there more to this story? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going.